want to give a couple games to watch for week 3. Number 15, Virginia Tech. This is a renewed rivalry at West Virginia in Morgantown. The other team that I say should be in the SEC, West Virginia. I think this will be a good game. I think, honestly, I have West Virginia winning.
Yeah, me too.
Not just because of it being at West Virginia, but they've not really had a hot start. And I could see them, with the atmosphere, I could see them bouncing back, having a better week. Not a good game as far as rankings, and not a good... It's very lopsided. But this is another tradition, old rivalry game. Nebraska at OU. I mean, OU is number 3. So, I mean, it's a very lopsided game. Nebraska is probably not going to have much for them, but the rivalry plays a lot into games like this. And the rivalry is some added fuel for smaller, less talented teams.
Is that a home game for Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't have any problems.
Shouldn't have no problems at all, but like I said, the rivalry adds a little bit more fuel.
That's true.
Number 1, this is the 3:30 CBS game. Number 1, Alabama at number 11, Florida. Don't really know how to feel about this game. I mean, I don't know.
Pray for them to just call the game before it starts. No winners.
Florida's not had to play anybody. I don't know what to expect. I mean, most of the time Alabama embarrasses everybody. So you sort of expect that, but maybe Florida gives some competition. I don't know.
I mean, while they haven't played anybody, they didn't really play much of, was that Anthony Richardson?
Yeah.
And he got to play a little bit last week, so. And he showed out. So if he gets to start this week,
but
might be pretty good.
Adding on to that, and if he can start next week, he, according to Dan Mullen, tweaked a hamstring. I don't know if it was a pull or a tear, but it's not. He's not been confirmed out, but it's tweaked. So his status will change the game a lot.
Yeah.
I think the status is still out on Emory Jones. I don't think he's very good. You may say I'm biased on that, but he may prove that he's good, but he's going to have to for me to believe it.
But at the end of the day, it's Alabama, and Bryce Young looks really good, so I mean, it's not going to be a cakewalk for either one of them, but it's not going to be really that hard, you know.
It's going to be too hard for one side. Yeah. My game of the week, number 22 Auburn at number 10 Penn State. Penn State ought to be cooking at home. The whiteout, great atmosphere, should be at night. I can look that up and see.
7:30 kickoff.
Yep. So at night, they'll have the white crowd, whiteout. They'll be crazy. It's one of my favorite college traditions to see on TV. I have Penn State, but you never know with Auburn.
I'm not putting Auburn out. It is at Penn State, but Auburn hasn't had their chance yet. They haven't had their chance to prove themselves, and this is their chance. And if they look at it as their, like, guys, this is our chance to show everybody what we're made of, and they go in there and just hit Penn State in the mouth and don't let up, they got a shot. They got a real good shot.
This is our... if I'm Auburn, this is our chance to say we're not slowing down.
Right.
I mean, they've blew out, where other teams have sort of not, I wouldn't say overlooked, but like just skated by cupcake teams. They've blew theirs out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is their chance to say, we're not slowing down. We're coming into this game with momentum, and we're going to show you how good we are.
Which almost like that blowing them out. That's like it's like they're competing with those teams and practicing for those teams, like they were Alabama or Georgia or Clemson. And they're like, it's like they're trying to prove themselves against unranked opponents or cupcakes, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what they do against a ranked team.
And then the last game to watch for week 3. I don't know much about either of these teams. I know BYU's been on a roll, and they just got into the top 25 this week. 19, Arizona State at 23, BYU. So it should be a good game based on the rankings, but like I said, I think I watched a little bit of the Arizona State game the other night, but I've not really kept up with either of them.
Me either, but like I said last week whenever we were talking about the Utah State BYU game, BYU, you never really can shut them out or forget about them. They're always there. They're always doing good. Like, they might not be doing top 5 material stuff, but they're always in the top 25.
And then that's all of our games to watch for week 3. There's probably going to be some other smaller games that are really good, so y'all keep your eye out for them. And we're going to talk about some college news that came out and sort of use this to transition over to our NFL part. USC's finally pulled the trigger and fired Clay Helton. And in my opinion, I don't understand the timing of it.
Very bad timing.
Second game, lost to Stanford. They finally pulled the trigger, and honestly, they should have fired him last year. They've been talking about it for years. They might as well just pull the trigger. But I don't understand the timing. I don't agree with the timing. But the timing lines up with some rumors.
It does.
The timing lines up with some NFL rumors. And Urban Meyer to USC has been all over the internet, all over Twitter. And honestly, I could see it happening.
Bro, the news broke on that during the game last night. And you couldn't even look at Twitter. Like, everything was talking about Clay Helton's fired, Urban Meyer's coming in, or welcome back to college football, Urban, blah, blah, blah. It's just crazy.
Yeah, there's some name, like, their big name is Urban. Every time they've talked about we're going into a coaching search or we're about to fire Clay Helton, and like I said, they have for years. They should have fired him last year. Every time they've said that, Urban Meyer is at the top of their list, just like a lot of other programs.
Mm-hmm.
Some other names I've seen, Lane Kiffin, don't see that happening. He was there before. He got fired at the airport on the tarmac. James Franklin, Penn State. That could be a big move. But one thing I do know, college football is not fun when USC's losing. In my opinion. USC's just that big-time program that you want to see winning.
Yeah.
But I mean,
there's other names in there, too. You got James Franklin, Urban Meyer, Chris Peterson, and Joe Moorhead. Bob Stoops is in there, too, but I don't know. What do you think about that one?
Bob Stoops is retired.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. Chris Peterson's retired. Or he took a step away from Washington. he could come back. He never really officially said he was retired. He just said he was taking a break. The interesting name for us and people that keep up with the SEC, and I've not seen it. I've not seen it on any websites or any articles, but I honestly think he would be involved because he's tried getting out before, and that's Dan Mullen at Florida. Like that would be interesting to me to see him go to USC. He's tried. There's rumors that he's last offseason he tried talking to NFL teams, and there was rumors that he talked to the Cowboys before they hired McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he's happy with the people at Florida, and I think the people at Florida think they can do better. I don't understand that, but that's our little opinion on USC job. I think they would be stupid not to throw the bank at Urban Meyer. Don't know if he would leave after
If he leaves after one game, bro, that would be the most legendary thing I've ever seen in my life.
One game? Yeah. That would be crazy. But you can't really say that 1 year would be. I mean, Saban done it.
No, 1 year. 1 year's no biggie. But
I mean, you could compare it to Saban and the Dolphins.
see, NFL and college, it's literally two different sports. Like, it's both football, but it's two completely different sports.
It's a man's sport.
It's completely different. He's learning how to coach different. You don't recruit like you used to. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's some behind the scenes stuff, but you know what I mean? Like, it's completely different. So maybe Urban, he got his toes wet in the NFL, and he's got his taste of how that works. So maybe let's go back home. Let's go to college.
A lot of the college guys, they say, I want to get away from recruiting. I'm tired of recruiting. I'm tired of all that extra work. Excuse me. But then they go to the NFL and they realize they can't talk to grown men the way they do college kids.
Exactly.
They're getting paid the same, if not more than you, and they won't put up with your mouth.
Nope.
So that's where Saban was taken aback by the NFL. Tried the Dolphins for a year and realized that the NFL wasn't for him and went back.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Urban leaving. Like I said, he got his feet wet. He realized it's not for him. Goes back to college. Who knows? He could go to USC in the playoffs in a year. You never know. At least he tried it,
Yeah. I mean, every coach is probably, every big-time coach, Saban, Urban, Dabo will probably try the NFL at some point. Probably.
At the rate he's going, yeah, I could see it. Clemson's fell off a little bit.
He seems like more of an NFL coach than
He does.
Saban. But I think we're going to now transition over to the NFL.